And on to the United States, where the Republican-controlled House of Representatives voted to impeach Joe Biden's top border official. This comes as immigration shapes up to be a major issue in the November elections. By an extremely narrow vote of 214 to 213, the House approved 2 articles of impeachment accusing the Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas of not enforcing U.S. immigration laws.
On this vote, the yeas are 214 and the nays are 213. The resolution is adopted. Pursuant to Section 2A of House Resolution 996, House Resolution 995 is hereby adopted.
The vote marked just the second time in U.S. history and the first time in almost 150 years that the House impeached a member of the president's cabinet. Republican Representative Steve Scalise, who missed last week's vote while he received treatment for cancer, provided the deciding vote on Tuesday. 3 Republicans, including Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin, Ken Buck of Colorado, and Tom McClintock of California, all voted against impeachment. They said impeachment did not meet the bar laid out in the Constitution. Constitutional experts say that the House investigation of Mayorkas actually failed to provide evidence of high crimes and misdemeanors that were cited as reasons for impeachment. However, even with Mayorkas impeached in the House, it is highly unlikely that he will be convicted in the Democratic-controlled Senate. The impeachment does reverse an embarrassing legislative defeat that Speaker Mike Johnson suffered last week when a similar effort fell short due to Republican defections and absences. Republicans argue Mayorkas' actions led to record flows of migrants crossing the U.S.-Mexico border. They also accuse him of making false statements to Congress. Meanwhile, Mayorkas has said he does not bear responsibility for the border situation. He says it is due to a broken immigration system that Congress has failed to fix. Last week, speaking to reporters, Mayorkas said that the allegations against him were baseless and false.
The allegations are baseless, and I'm focused on the work, which was what brings me to Las Vegas today.
Republicans have indicated they may hold another vote, and they might have the numbers at that point to impeach you. If that happened, would you consider stepping aside?
No, I would not.
Now, in a statement, U.S. President Joe Biden called the impeachment a blatant act of unconstitutional partisanship and a petty political game. House Republicans have been under pressure from their base to hold Biden and his administration accountable over immigration and border policies. In fact, former President Donald Trump has made border security a major focus of his campaign against Joe Biden. In December of 2023, border authorities encountered more than 225,000 migrants along the U.S.-Mexico border, the highest monthly total recorded since 2000. Throughout the month, authorities dealt with over 10,000 migrants crossing daily. However, in January, the number of migrants arrested crossing the southern border illegally dropped 50%. And now, staying on Donald Trump, President Biden continues to go after the Republican presidential frontrunner over his NATO comments. Here's President Biden speaking out. Now, Trump had earlier suggested that the United States would not protect NATO allies who are not spending enough on defense from a potential Russian invasion. Now, Biden has called Trump's remarks dumb, shameful, and un-American. Here's what Donald Trump had to say and how Joe Biden responded.
One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay. You got to pay your bills. And the money came flowing in.
Can you imagine a former president of the United States saying that? The whole world heard it. The worst thing is he means it. No other president in our history has ever bowed down to a Russian dictator. Well, let me say this as clearly as I can. I never will. For God's sake, it's dumb, it's shameful, it's dangerous, it's un-American.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.